Quick tutorial on how to set up a ATAK server using taky. You're going to need a Linux box to do this. I have a Raspberry Pi. That should be sufficient enough. Anything will really work as long as you can run pip. You could also probably run this on Windows as long as you can figure out how to install pip or the Python package manager. So what you're going to do is if you're on Windows, you can go ahead and just open up PowerShell. If for whatever reason you don't have OpenSSH enabled, you could also just use PuTTY, or you can enable it in your features. But you just need a SSH client to remote into your system. If you have a VPS, this is a lot smoother because you could just SSH in, don't have to worry about port forwarding or firewalls. If you're running this on a home server, you want to open up the port on your firewall and you want to port forward on your router. I'm not going to be going over that in particular. All I'm going to be doing is showing the server setup. So like I said, I have a Linux box. It's up. It's running an SSH server, so we're going to go and remote into it now. There we go. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create some directories. So you're going to type in sudo make directory, or mkdir, etc taky, and create that. And then make another one, /var/taky. And then we want to give our current user, which is Pi, we want to give it permissions to these directories. So we're going to do sudo change ownership Pi etc/taky. Same thing, var/taky. There we go. Now we have full permissions to these directories. And why we need these, that's where taky is actually going to drop off its files. So now we could run, if you don't have it installed, you can install it with your local package manager, but sudo apt install python 3-pip. I already have it installed, so it's not going to go through the process of installing it. I'm going to run pip install taky break system packages with 2 dashes at the front and dashes in between. Again, you can run this on Windows as long as you can get pip installed on Windows. Taky's been installed. Now what we're going to do is do taky ctl -h. This is just so I can see the commands. Those 2 directories we set up earlier, it's going to set up everything there. ctl setup --public IP. So we're going to need our public IP address. Let me go grab that real quick. And I'm just going to paste it here. Ignore these errors. It's not a big deal. Something to do with the SSL certificates. So our configuration's been written. And we can see everything by doing cat etc taky.config. If you need to edit anything in this, just replace it with nano. Everything is how it should look. I'm going to close that. So Taky's generated its own certificates and SSL infrastructure in our taky SSL folder. cert key p12. And then I guess there's some certificate information in this file. Maybe database related. Okay, so now we need to generate our client data packages. I'm going to do this in a folder called taky in my home directory. Looks like it already exists, so I'm going to go ahead and change directory into taky. There's nothing in this folder. That's exactly what I wanted to do to demonstrate this. You're going to run taky ctl. Let me pull up the command one more time. Taky ctl build client. And then we need a name for it. So I'm just going to do user1. There we go. And here's our data package right here. We're going to have to find a way to get this onto our phone, but more on that later. But if this is the extent you want to go, you're just going to type in taky. And the server has started. It's running on this basically local IP, whatever IP is binded locally to your system. And it's running on this port, which is the secure port, secure ATAK protocol. And our server is up and running. I'm going to go ahead and kill it by doing Control-C. We need a way to get this data package to our phone. Now, I'm going to do this locally. You probably don't want port 80 open. I'm going to install Apache. On Pi, it's going to be Apache 2. And this is just an HTTP server. I can easily pull the data package once I move it over to this directory, and I'll be able to download it basically and load it into ATAK. This is my method of doing it. Some people have more sophisticated methods. They might use an FTP server. They might be able to simply locally share the file to their phone, but this is my method of doing it. Not the most secure, but it works. So we're going to do copy user1.zip var www.html. Just paste it in there, and then we're going to finish this on our phone. One more thing I forgot to mention is you're going to get your local IP by typing in IP space ADDR. And it should be found here. I'm on my Wi-Fi. I'm not connected via Ethernet, so it'll be right here. And we're going to punch this address into our phone on the same Wi-Fi as the server, or same network as the server, and from there we'll be able to pull our data package. Right, I went ahead and punched the IP address for the Pi into my phone, and it came up with the default Apache page. This is what we wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and add /user1.zip at the end of this, because that was what I named the data package file. I'm gonna hit go. It's gonna ask me to download it. It's gonna say file can't be downloaded securely. That's okay. This is because it's not using SSL for that web server. It's not a big deal because this is like locally hosted. All right, data package has been downloaded. I'm gonna go ahead and open ATAK. All right, I'm currently on a server, so let me disconnect. What I would do is I would hit import local SD user1.zip. It's going to be in my downloads folder. You can hit date to get the most recent file. You'll hit OK. Hit copy. Go here, and it's going to have the name of the host and the public IP address of the host. And you would just check mark it. It's not going to work for me because I haven't port forwarded the server. I'll probably do that real quick, actually. All right, so for port forwarding, I'm just going to show you how I do it on my router. You don't have to do this if you have a VPS. Most ports should be open. You might want to just configure your firewall if you have one installed. But for home servers, this is necessary because most ports are closed on routers. You're going to enter your default gateway. If you don't know how to get your default gateway, you're going to open up command prompt on your computer or PowerShell and type in ipconfig, and it should be right here. If you have Ethernet, it should be the first interface, but I don't have Ethernet connected. So here's my default gateway. I'm going to punch that in. There we go. Okay, advanced. NAT forwarding, port forwarding, and then I'll add, I'm just going to call this ATAK, and it's going to be at 192.168.0.105 because that's the local IP address of the server, and it's going to be 8089.8089. It's going to be, it could just be TCP and UDP, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to save it. There we go. I've now forwarded a port on my router for ATAK, and we should be able to continue the setup on my phone. Okay, now if I check it, I should be able to connect to the server. One other caveat, make sure that the server is running. Just type in taky, and we're up and running now. I wasn't running the server. I just started it. So, yeah, make sure you do that. Anyways, it's up, and we are good to go. And yeah, that's how you set up a server with Taky. Thank you for watching.